Hello everybody, hello, how are you guys? This is Chris Barron. How are you doing? This is the voice chat thing for the 23rd of August 2020. Hello everybody, what's up? This is Chris Barron. Let's get to work. I just ate something and we're about to crown a new winner. We're about to pick someone who's gonna get the enormous sum of $20. Eternal glory, of course. Let's share my screen so we can see what's what. I have to say that I'm really happy that I finished my Adobe Xd course, and I really want to speak about two moments about that. So the Adobe Xd course, it took me 7 weeks, and during those 7 weeks I worked on it like a fanatic. I worked on it night and day basically, and it really shows, it shows because I think the fastest I've ever created a course was about 3.5 months, I think. And I remember it was incredibly difficult because I worked on Christmas Day, I worked on New Year's Eve until about 8 p.m. or so. So it was really difficult, right? So 3.5 months. So me creating this one in just under 2 months, sorry, it was really incredibly difficult. And it shows, it shows for the simple fact that, my hand right now is really messed up. So all the tendons in my hand I have major problems with my right hand because of my mouse. Unfortunately, I'm sleeping like this with my hand like this when I sleep, because obviously the mouse fits in that shape. So that's a big problem. My elbows as well, they hurt tremendously simply because I was sitting down so much. My two hernias obviously have flared up, so I have a lot of back pain because of that. My eyes, so just about everything, hurts. And I really wanted to push myself and create this course as fast as possible. Obviously, as a challenge, that was one thing in the back of my mind. But also because my oatmeal business, it's not a good time for it right now with the virus and whatnot. Obviously, sales are really down. And instead of firing some people, instead of losing some of my staff, I decided to create another course and get some more money, and obviously not fire them. So this was the only reason, the main reason why I pushed myself as hard as I did, because really things are going great. I don't need to work as much. I don't think anyone would have been upset if, I would have released the course in 3 months or 4 months. But I really wanted to push myself, and because I saw how the virus totally wiped out, everything in terms of restaurants and all of coffee shops that we were working with and whatnot. So again, this was a major factor in me working so much. It wasn't all that great, again, because of the back pain and whatnot. And I'm telling you all this not so you can feel sorry for me or whatever, because that's not the point. The point is, this is very much similar to freelancing in the sense that I worked so much, right? But now at this point in time, I don't know if this course is actually gonna sell, right? And it's the same thing. You put your heart and soul into a design, right? You do something, you push a lot, and then, what happens is you're in the finals and you don't know if the client is gonna pick you, right? So it's the same thing here. The course is 8 hours. Maybe if it had 12 hours or 14 or 20 hours, maybe it would sell more, right? You never know. So that's the thing. You put your heart and soul into it, but you actually never know. You sacrifice your body, your health, your mental well-being, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, you don't know if it's gonna be worth it. So that's one thing that I think a lot of people struggle with when it comes to freelancing. When they put their heart and soul into it, they make incredible sacrifices, and they think, okay, I'm gonna bleed for this course, I'm gonna bleed for this design, I'm gonna sacrifice my hands, whatever, my well-being, I'm gonna feel all this pain, all this backache and whatever, and I'm gonna have to have treatment for it, various things that I'm gonna have to do, laser treatment and whatnot. So I can heal my body. So that's gonna obviously cost both money and time. But you wanna bleed for your work. Hopefully, it will pay off. But the fact is, you never know. And those moments where you don't know, those days, those weeks, those months where you're waiting, and you're not sure if all that work is really gonna pay off, that's one of the hardest things. On the other hand, I have this incredible capacity of working hard, working around the clock, working 12, 13 hours per day, every day. Because working 12-hour days is not all that difficult. When you want to go all out, you put in 3 cups of coffee or whatever, it's pretty okay. 1 day, 2 days, maybe 3 days. But when you span, 4 weeks, 7 weeks, 3 months, 4 months, that's when it really gets taxing, and everything goes into a spin. It's really difficult. So that's one of those things where I'm not really sure what I should push for. If I should motivate you guys so you can work as hard as I do, or if I should tell you, hey, take it slow, you have enough time and whatnot. Because the problem is, you're always, unfortunately, either at 0 or 100. Because even if you're at 20, that's closer to 0 than to 100. So if you give it 20%, you're not going to get 20%. Because the thing is, if you give it 100%, you might get 60%, right? That's the problem with it. So if you give it your absolute all, you may get 60%. But if you give it 50%, that doesn't mean you're going to get 50% results. And it's the same thing in designing, it's the same thing with courses. So if you say, okay, you know what, I'm going to work really hard, and I'm going to make a course just 4 hours. Just one project, 4 hours, right? The difference between a 4-hour course and a 6-hour course is fantastic. It's incredible. It's the same thing in freelancing. And it's one of those things where I really feel like I should talk more about this thing in the freelancing course. And I think I'm going to do a couple of lectures about that. I think I'm going to do both sides of the coin because they coexist. Again, some people have trouble stopping. They're at 100% like I am, and they're sacrificing their body and their health for it. On the other hand, I think some people struggle to get up and running. I think some people are stuck in, at 0, at 10, at 20, at 30, but they never really get up and running, They never really work more than whatever, let's say 10 hours per week. And that's not enough to obviously make any progress. So I think I'm going to create a few more lessons about that, and I'm going to upload them in the freelancing course. Now, with that being said, the Adobe Xd course, the new Adobe Xd course that I've been speaking about these last few minutes, that's going to be up on Udemy in probably a couple of days, 3-4 days or so, depending on the review process. I'm really happy with it, and I think you're going to love it. It's really going to blow you away. It's really going to blow you away in terms of speed. That by itself, being able to quickly change something like that, the fact is, you can boil it down. Adobe Xd, it can be boiled down into one phrase, and that's, it's gonna make you look like a superstar designer, even if you're a beginner. I strongly believe that. It's gonna make you look like a superstar, like a fantastic designer, even if you're just getting started. And I think that's something fantastic. Now, going back to the contest, we have a weekly contest. This is our second weekly contest, and we're gonna choose a winner. This is to advertise my Photoshop course, my premium Photoshop course, and we had loads of submissions. We have 30 in total, and I'm just gonna quickly go through them, and you guys will be able to vote, and we'll see what's what. There's one thing that I would really like to say. So the deadline, this starts at 6 p.m. my time every time. And some people have sent, 22 minutes ago, right? They sent an entry 22 minutes ago. And, the freelancer inside me would love to actually punish them. Because the problem is, if you do something like that in a regular contest, you're not going to get any looks. You're going to get looked over, actually. So the client is not going to accept your entry. 99% of the time, that entry won't matter. That last entry, those last 20 minutes, it won't matter. Why? Because assuming that I already looked at all these designs, I probably already have a winner. I probably already have a favorite. So if you, at the last final second, in the last 20 minutes of the contest, after you had an entire week, if you send another entry in the last 20 minutes of the contest, that doesn't make any sense. So I strongly believe you should totally stay away from this practice. It's something that will totally bite yourself in the ass, so please stay away from this approach. Again, initially I wanted to reject that entry, but nevertheless, I am a generous God. I think that was the line in 300. So I let it slide. Now, regarding the entries, let's take them one at a time. I'm not gonna look at 100% zoom because we can't fit them. Okay, this is decent. Okay, well, actually, let's go one at a time. So the problem with this one is that it's a bit hard to read. Photoshop doesn't have enough contrast. 5:1 looks pretty okay. This text is pretty hard to read. The price, this is not the correct format. The $sign should be on the left side. This part right here is pretty good. We can see there's an issue here. the white rectangle, he didn't bottom align it, so that's a pretty bad execution mistake right there. So yeah, this is mine, obviously, the number. So yeah, this is a pretty big execution mistake. The shadow is quite clunky. The image inside it's from Master Web Design in Photoshop. I don't think people are gonna know what this is. Only I know what this is. Maybe some of you guys, a handful of guys, are gonna know what this is. So for that reason, I think this is gonna get disqualified. Okay, X, come on, come on, come on. Where is the X? What's happening here? Okay, there you go. Let me actually make it substantially larger. Okay, so this is eliminated. The next one, green check mark. Again, the $sign is on the right side. That's not good. Right now, start creating valuable content. Pretty good. Learn Photoshop. Want to become a designer. Okay, this is pretty good, but the photo itself doesn't shine. You know, the color overlay is way too strong. Nobody's actually gonna read these things. So yeah, for that reason, I don't think this is an interesting design. I think we can easily remove this one. This one, I think this is sent. I may be mistaken, but I think this one is from the person that actually sent me this one. Yeah, 20 minutes ago. And for whatever reason, it's nearly identical, if not identical 100%. So I'm not really sure what happened there, but let's move on. It really doesn't matter. Let's see. We have an iMac here. Learn. Okay. I don't think this is appropriate in terms of color use. This yellow is fine. This yellow is exactly my yellow, which isn't all that great, just so you can see. So this is my yellow here and learn right here. So this is something I used. You just replaced learn with get. So this is not cool. We have my yellow. This blue, which is pretty good. Another blue right here, navy blue, and then orange. This is a bit much, a bit too much for my taste. 5:1, this font is too whimsical. You know, I'm totally professional. If you see my font, as you can see, it's pretty strong, it's masculine, it's well rounded, well chiseled, defined, and this right here, this doesn't speak to my personality, and I'm not really sure why the 5 is bigger than the 1. So this is a mistake. I think the font is Courgette, which is a decent font, as if I can recall correctly. But yeah, overall this should be eliminated. This one, loads of variations. I hate these variations. And again, the entire thing, guys, why we're doing this thing is not for the money. The $20, you know, that's irrelevant. Maybe for some, you know, it's a nice price, but that's about that. I really hope that you can understand how contest holders think, how your clients, what was going on through their mind, right? Obviously, I'm giving you more insight as a designer and as a Photoshop instructor. But the thing is, as a client, what happens here is I see 3 very similar designs, and immediately I just, you know, come on, do your job, you know, pick the best one. Okay, you can't pick the best one. You have too many ideas. That's fine. It happens. Pick 2. Give me 2 options. Don't give me 3. Why would you give me 3? 3 that are what? You know, the difference between them is what? Look, left and right. I mean, you know, it really bothers me. We have an icon here, which obviously is taken from flat icon, nothing all that special. And what? A different text treatment? And because of that, you couldn't decide between them, and you're forcing me to waste my time to compare three very similar designs. I mean, really, it's 98% for 2% difference. Why are you wasting my time? Right? I'm busy. I have a business to run. I have all sorts of things I have to take care of. Employees, accountant, whatever. Paperwork, whatnot, you know. So this is what happens most of the time. You're upsetting your client because he doesn't have time to deal with this BS. This is just a waste of time. So, and again, you know, the variation in the laptop. You know, this is full screen, this is not. You know, does it warrant another entry? No, of course not. Decide which one do you like more, and that's that. Let's see. And this one, yeah, he just moved the ribbon here. Whatever. Quite upsetting. So let's eliminate this one, even though it has a better text treatment. I'll leave one of them. It really doesn't matter. I'm gonna leave this one, but it really doesn't matter. And yeah, this treatment right here where the W is slightly larger, this is again something that you should totally avoid. It's not a good look. It's not something that you should use in your on your day-to-day basis. Let's see what else we okay. Nothing important in the chat. Let's see what else. This one, 50% off. Okay, Photoshop Masterclass. The font I think is exactly Poppins. It's my font. The image, unfortunately. What's this supposed to do? What are we seeing here, guys? Come on. What are we seeing here? I mean, I appreciate here the fact that, you know, this has the same width. This is pretty good. The color scheme is interesting. The contrast is really nice and lovely. This orange really pops. This orange is mirrored here. I really stand out from this background. I think this is a pretty good one. But here, this photo, I mean, man, come on. I'm not sure what are we supposed to feel when we see this, because it's just a half a monitor, you know, and some hair. I mean, it's really an odd choice, a very odd choice. This one, let's see. The sale, it's the absolute minimum that you could do. At least it has the same width, so I'll give you that. I appreciate the fact that you're watching my course and that you're admiring my my techniques, so that's pretty good. The Photoshop icon, exactly like in this one, these are outdated. This is the actual correct icon. As you can see here in my toolbar, this is the correct Photoshop icon. So this being an outdated one, you wouldn't think it is gonna matter, but it actually does, especially when I'm paying money for it. I expect perfection, because again, as a client, this is what you expect. No matter if I'm paying $20 or $2,000, I don't want any hiccups. I don't want people calling me brain, for example. So that's something that happens quite a lot, actually. People call me Chris Brain for whatever reason, right? So those types of things, they really upset me because, again, man, do your job. This is your job, right? At least copy paste my name correctly, right? I think I'm gonna leave this one, even though this text right here is way too small. And in terms of hierarchy, you should never do the following thing with Chris Barron. And these are very similar in weight, right? Weight meaning bold, semi-bold, and whatnot. So these are very similar. You shouldn't go for this approach. I don't think it's a good fit right here. And we have way too many entries. So we have an H1 here, so a big title, a sub-headline, then some bullet points, pretty good, okay. Then another one for the price. This is another text treatment, which again, all in all, 4 in total, pretty good. This one is expected to be smaller and cut off. So overall, this here is pretty good. But then you add 2 more text treatments, and that's way too much. That's overboard. That's an overdose right there. That's the difference between a good time and an overdose. Let's see what else. Learn PS. Now, obviously, this is terrible. This is absolutely horrible because it has way too much text and it has loads of all caps. The font, again, is a mismatch between myself and my personality. Ignoring my personality, just if you look at the design and my design choices, you would obviously see that this is not the correct vibe for it. This is way too playful. This is something for the kids. The color scheme is all over the place, and not only is this icon outdated, it's extremely outdated. Now let's see if I can remember this correctly. This might have been used in CS 5.5 if I remember correctly. This is from Flat Icon. I remember the pack, and somewhat this style was used, I think, in CS 5.5 if my memory is correct. The money back has absolutely no padding here. It's right here, right aligned and top aligned, which is not correct. You should have some space there. And yeah, overall, it's not worth speaking about this one, and not about this one either. Okay, this one is pretty interesting. The problem I'm having with this one, because this immediately sticks out, right? So let's have a quick zoom out, right? So in this quadrant right here, the first 20, which one stands out, right? Let me know in the general chat. So from 1 to 20, which one of these stands out as far as you're concerned? I think the one that stands out most for me is number 11, right? I think number 11 is really something that that catches your eye, and then probably number 7, right? But the problem with number 11 is I don't think it's original. Now I may be wrong, but my gut is telling me that this is not original. Because here's the thing, guys. Yet another thing that I really wanna say. If you manage to fool me and you win the $20 by using a stolen design, it's fine, right? You know, you may get banned from the server, but that's that, right? At least you made $20 for it. The problem is, again, this is not gonna help your career in any type of way. What you could do, obviously, is you could do some research. You could look for some ads on Facebook, for example, or on Instagram or whatever. You could look at some ads that Udemy made, and obviously Udemy is fantastic at creating ads, and then you could just mimic it. You could just copy it directly, right? So the problem is, I don't think this is original. It's far too polished. I think the image itself is fantastic, and I don't remember seeing this specific girl. I didn't have time to actually, go through all the comments, because again, some people here, they write quite a lot, and I don't have time to obviously go through everything. So what's gonna happen is probably I'm gonna wait about a week until I actually send you the money. All right, I'm gonna wait at least 4 or 5 days until I send you the money. Hopefully, if one of you guys, can see, this ad or something, if it was stolen or something, you can message me, and at least I won't pay the guy. I won't pay that person. So just looking from a design standpoint, the girl is pretty okay. The nuances chosen here, these are fantastic, because we have a nice peach pink behind her. She's blonde, she's wearing a yellow shirt, but this yellow is really soft. So overall, the color scheme is fantastic. This purple right here, or whatever this is, violet, whatever this is, again, fantastic. This is a great choice, because black wouldn't have worked as well. The only problem, and this is the good part, I think it is possible that this design is original, simply because there's way too much content here. Simply because this should not be here. The quotation marks should not be here. The links obviously are irrelevant, because what are you gonna do? This is a banner, right? So if you go on the thislooksgreat.net, I think I actually have that banner here, or that may be somewhere in the sidebar, I think. Yeah, okay, it's this one right here, right? So if you add some links, and really tiny links, what are people supposed to do? Are they supposed to type it? Are they supposed to memorize this URL and type it into their search bar? It doesn't make any sense. So please, guys, don't add, Facebook links or whatever, where the banner is one single item. It's one single unit, right? Okay, let's see what's what. Okay. So let me permanently ban someone because he's a jerk. Okay, there we go. Now let's continue. I'm obviously gonna keep this one. Learn Photoshop from a certified instructor. I'm not really sure why this is on 2 lines. Probably because the designer didn't want to go over the laptop, but that's a mistake in my mind. The designer, okay, not great. 397, pretty good. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. This one, this is really washed out. This is really something that's not gonna stand out. As you can see, if we just zoom out, this one is, you know, it doesn't have any type of decent contrast. So I think we can immediately eliminate it for the simple fact that, again, there's no contrast. The Photoshop icon is not recognizable. I don't think it's a good design. This one, this is way too bright. This is something that you're either gonna love or you're gonna hate, and I think 99% of people are gonna hate this banner, so we're gonna delete it. Plus, this is mostly based on a freebie. I mean, the background is everything, right? The rest is just a text layer, so there's little to no thought that went into this one, so let's just eliminate it. Learn to create PS. Again, most people will not be able to recognize it, because again, remember, I'm trying to teach people Photoshop, right? If you play around with that icon, if you take the Coca-Cola logo and you edit it and you adjust it and whatever, it's not Coca-Cola, right? So it's the same thing here. Don't mess with incredibly recognizable logos. Don't mess around with them. So for that reason alone, I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna remove it. This should be a space right here. After the full stop, you should have a space. And obviously, when you have a chance to make it the same width, make it the same width, right? Don't stop at 97% like this guy did here. Moving on down, this is going to be eliminated. I'm not sure why YouTube is here. This doesn't make any sense. And there you go, Chris Brain. There you go. Congratulations. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Again, certified. Why is this so whimsical? Do I seem like a fun guy? Does this face look like the face of someone who's really funny and, you know, whimsical and whatnot, friendly and what that? No, this is not the case. It's not a good fit. The text elements are just thrown around. It doesn't really make all that sense. The book, again, it's old-fashioned. You know, this is something like an after-school ad or something like that. It's pretty interesting what you did here, you know, how you place me in front of PS, but again, this is not recognizable. People don't know the PS stands for Photoshop when you apply this type of treatment. So for that reason, we're gonna delete it. And again, I'm not sure why I have to. Maybe this is my mistake. I'm not sure. Let's keep on going. This is pretty good. I'm not sure why this looks great. Pretty good. Because you're already on the site, right? The idea was to create a banner for my site, right? So if you're already there, why would you write the name of the website that you're already on? That doesn't make any sense. This one, it's really washed out. The overlay doesn't make any sense whatsoever. No, I'm gonna remove this one. Again, 3 different ones, because obviously this button is a bit different than this one, right? So, okay, because of that, I'm just gonna remove 2 at random, because again, it really doesn't matter. These banners, these ribbons, they're great, but they're way too small. This is 100%. It's way too small, because the actual banner size is something like this. So this is not gonna be recognized, except for people like me who know what these ribbons are. So that's not a good idea. Learn, this is exactly what I did from a certified instructor. This is exactly my text. 397 with poor contrast. Okay, I'm gonna keep it. This one is not good, obviously. The outer glow, very outdated. The image, very outdated. The poor choice of fonts, not cool. This one is pretty good. Become Photoshop expert. He actually chose a font from my oatmeal business, so that's pretty smart, because he knows that I like that font, so why not use it? So that's pretty smart. That's something that you should note. I like this part as well. I don't like the URL right here. It doesn't make any sense. You shouldn't do it. And I don't like this part right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but we have another color here. A triangle, that's another color. No point in that, so that's a pretty big mistake. This one, nope, just nope. You know, the color doesn't make any sense. The font is Arial. Yeah, nope. And again, a variation for nothing. Design like a pro. This is pretty good, but it's a bit outdated. I think it's a 2010 design. I'm not really sure. And obviously this one will just remove it. I think I'm gonna keep it. So let's see which one is left. So we have in the general chat, we have 7, 8, we have 11, 12, 19 and 22 and 23 and 26 and 29. Okay, please vote, guys. Let me know what you think in the general channel. I really need your help. Please you know, minimize the recording or whatever and go to the general channel and please vote. It's really important. So let me see if we can actually put them side by side. No, we can't, because this is a repeat grid. Well, actually I can just break the repeat grid and it is what it is. Group grid. Okay, so we have this one and this one. What else? This one and this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one. Okay, so let's create a nice grid right here. There you go. Okay, whoops. Okay. Okay. This is one of my exercises, right? Do you remember them? Okay, let's see. Okay, actually this should be here. Oops. I hate the fact that these tools are in a different order compared to Photoshop. I always hesitate when it's time to so let's see which is which. I think I'm seeing some votes there. Obviously I've removed the number, so that's a bit difficult right now, but I think this is clearly not the one, and this one as well. I think these are not cool. The same thing with this one, not cool enough. So it's really between these 5. None of these actually use the correct Photoshop icon. This one would have designed, and this part right here, I don't think this is the right one. So we have these 4. These are very similar, but this has too many text treatments. Okay, nope, I think this is it. So 1, 2, or 3, guys. 1, 2, or 3. Let's do the following. 1, 2, or 3, please let me know. 1, 2, or 3. This is really difficult, because again, if this is original, I would say this is probably the best one, even though it has some problems here underneath. So this is way too much text. I don't really like italic text. I don't think it's a good style. I think, you know, if you would have removed this part right here, that would have been better. I think the Adobe logo is a bit too much. The third one is a bit cleaner. It's simple. Certified instructor, you know, falls flat. It's not really a good look. No, I don't think. And again, the URL here and the fact that we have another part here for no reason whatsoever just shows me that you're not in control of the program. So it's between these two, 1 and 2. Now, should I go with the second one? But the problem with the second one is that it's way too dark. The contrast is indeed powerful. It does, you know, you can easily read the text, but the first one is more impactful. It has more impact. It's something that strikes you. It's something that, you know, you can really see yourself looking at it. It's really a combination between the color scheme and the girl's expression. But again, I strongly doubt that this is original. I think I would not use the second one with that specific image in the circle. I think this doesn't make any sense. And I think overall you're not really sure where to look here, because we have some information here, but then we also have some information here with this 50% off. So again, we have some problems here and we have some problems here with the text. There's way too much content. The content is too spread out. So we have some information here with me. This one right here with the circle, the icon, the text, it's a bit much. It's a bit much. Here as well, you know, only on. This isn't, you know, you shouldn't use only on, right? I don't think this is cool. I think best off you should have used a different color code. It's not really matching anything else here. And again, if you really want to do something, you know, you have this whatever 222 color code, this light gray, then why use pure black here? You could have adjusted this one as well. So the existing one looks best. Yeah, I agree. I actually agree. I think this one does look better, and I actually have a bunch of other ones that that looks better. What do you say, guys? You're not helping me out enough in the general channel. Okay, I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go with number one. I'm gonna go with number one. I think if this is original, I think this is the best out of the lot. I think this is the best out of the lot. If you made it, please raise your hand and please let me know if this is original. I'm gonna do my best and see what's what. Oh, I can see that you didn't cut off her hair correctly here, which is, again, this is a good sign for me because it shows that you just didn't completely steal it, right? So as far as I'm concerned, this is pretty good. On the other hand, what one of my moderators is saying is that this girl has been used quite a lot in this specific combination, and I think it makes sense. So yeah, we have the designer in the chat and he says it's original. Then, my friend, you won $20. Please send me the PSD. Send me the PSD. We'll see if people can verify if this is original. You did a good job. I congratulate you. I really hope that it's 100% original. I'm gonna look at your email and I'm gonna see if you posted the correct links. You know, where you got the image from, where you got the this part here from, and whatever. So yeah, again, congratulations. I think you did a good job. So overall, guys, that was this voice chat thing. I'm really sorry I missed one on Wednesday. Again, the Adobe Xd course has been absolutely incredible. It just took all the life out of me, all my energy and whatever. But yeah, now I can get to relax. Even right now, I still actually have to do the workbooks, so I'm still quite a bit tired because I've been working all day on it. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy that we managed to record this contest. Again, congratulations to the guy that won. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on Wednesday. This time I'll be there. No excuses for that. Thank you. This is Chris Barron signing out.